Egunde no bo, mande puhani me no bo, nobody abia kwala ozo. Everybody come say na me they call, abia kwala mozo. Me no bo, 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 me no bo. Eburu me go lang banga, eburu me go lang di na bani de lengwe do ge gogo. Eburu me go lang banga, eburu go mo lang di na bani de lengwe do go. And you need to give your go logo, don't walk go logo, don't do get lazy jugu. And you need to give your go logo, don't rubber solisa.
Hello, welcome back to Doreen D TV. My name is Mrs. Doreen Daniel. Welcome to Doreen D TV, and this channel is all about relationship, marriage, and courtship. Then little part of lifestyle, just as we always said. If you've been here, I want to say a big thank you for being a good friend. I want to say a big thank you for being a great supporter and a great inspirator. And if you are new here, I've made this. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe. Now, previously, let's just go straight to the point because of time factor. Previously, we've been discussing how infidelity causes chaos in a home, in a family. How infidelity destroys home. That is what we've been discussing. So today, we are going to discuss how infidelity causes PTSD, meaning post-traumatic stress disorder. Many people are surprised that infidelity can cause PTSD. You understand? And that infidelity can cause PTSD, but it is true. Discovering infidelity alone can cause trauma. So you see why it is important. Akin to physical or emotional abuse, death of a child or parents, or some other life challenges, occurrences. So now, of all the threats to a committed relationship or to a marriage, to any relationship at all, I have seen in my little life I've lived, or the ones I've treated, the most difficult to heal is infidelity. The most difficult threat when it happens in a relationship, in marriage, in a home, in a family, to heal from your heart is infidelity. When a trust partner in a committed relationship betray the sacred trust of the other, the relationship will undergo several instability. The partner who has been betrayed is emotionally tortured and humiliated when knowledge of the infidelity emerges. They are clearly in trauma and experience the same array of symptoms that professionals now describe as post-traumatic stress disorder. Similar to any other who have suffered threats to their physical or emotional well-being and their security, they are disoriented and confused by that has happened or by what has happened. See, it is true that in marriage or in relationship, many things happen. Do you understand? But the most difficult one, the most challenging one is infidelity. Even if it happened, it is very difficult to heal from inside. It's very difficult to even forget the fact. The relations, the moment you you remember about what happened, the trauma continues. So relationship partners of both gender experience similar of classical symptoms of PTSD. What I mean by PTSD is post-trauma stress disorder. Both male and female partner experience the same symptoms. The moment one partner in a relationship or in marriage cheats, I'm sorry to tell you, but the truth remains that the other whom you cheat on can never remain the same. Repeated intrusive thoughts must occur when this happened. Unstable emotional regulation out of body experiences. All these things, I call it 30 minutes madness. The moment you hear the fact, your partner cheat, that moment you are out of, how will I say it, this world. You are in another world entirely. You know, you're no longer in this planet Earth. You have traveled to another planet. So these things are, when these things happen, I call it the moment you hear about your partner cheat, I call it 30 minutes madness. Alternating between feelings, norms, and striking out of retaliation. So different thought must come. You said, see, these thoughts, I will leave this man, or should I leave him, this man or this woman? In short, should I kind of pay back? Those kind of thoughts must come. Inability to stop scanning for any new data that might cause more distress. That moment you just be thinking of anything negative. You can never think anything good. That moment this thing happens. Feeling overwhelmingly powerlessness and broken. Needing to reign self-worthy by assigning blame, confusion, and disoriented. The moment you found out about your partner cheats, these things must just keep coming. Now, the trauma of betrayal can also trigger memories of buried or unresolved emotional and spiritual damage from the past. Because that moment your partner cheats, if there is something he might have done before, those things will be reoccurring in your mind. You will be, that is why I said you'll be thinking about negative, nothing good that your partner has done, you will remember that moment. The only thing you'll be thinking is the bad thing your partner has done. This particular moment in life is one thing that is very, very crucial. Nobody pray for it, but sometimes it's good to get the knowledge, even though, like me, I don't pray it happens to me. And I know that the God I serve will not allow it to happen to me. I even pray that let God don't even allow it to happen to anybody, because it's not, this very state is not good. This trauma that, see, that the moment your partner cheat, the moment infidelity occur, you will be, all those bad things he has done, all those things that maybe he has done, maybe the ones you didn't even speak out, the ones you speak out, the ones you people have tried to settle must be reoccurring. When those priority trauma experiences are triggered and re-emerge, they significantly complicate the healing process. It's very difficult to heal from a broken heart. For there to be any chance that the couples undergoing this situation can transcend the distress of broken trust, they must deal with two simultaneous challenges. So when this thing happen, there must be something people must do to stop this challenge. So sorry, I'm just trying to get something. So these things, when you must heal, when infidelity causes all these things, it's very difficult to heal. We will also discuss how you can help in healing in this kind of situation. But first of all, let's discuss the five most common re-emerging issue when it comes to trauma. For one, when it comes to trauma, when it comes to infidelity, and how infidelity threatening our early life. Now, the five most common re-emerging issue. One, history of prior trauma. When people experiences a life-threatening event earlier in life, they create defense that allow them to survive those traumas. Those defense can be either barricades to future pain or unconscious seduction to create what is familiar. to them. If a relationship partner has been harmed by threats of loss or harm in the past, he or she will have stronger and more persistent trauma response to a partner's current betrayal. Depending on how much they appear similar to what is happening in the present, they will mesh with the current pain and make recovering that much harder. So now, if your partner might have gone through some kind of stress disorder before, the moment this thing happen, the healing is very difficult, because this whole thing will now come back and become one big problem to that your partner. So these things shows that cheating alone is not advisable. Emotional and physical resilience. Whether born into a person or learned throughout life, resilience is the conqueror of prolonged sorrow. Tough grief must not be denied. Those who are lucky enough to be more resilient can endure it without feeling prey to extend emotional heartbreak. Resilience after betrayal is also built up by the kind of social support a person has access to. When infidelity is discovered, it is easy for traumatized partners to lose sight of their own worth. Authentic, caring, and responsive others are able to remind them of who they were before and trauma, and help them to regain emotional stability. Sadly, the most common excuse many unfaithful partners give when they stray in that they were unable to get their needs met in the relationship. This is the most common excuse some unfaithful partner gave. Those accusations increase the anguish of the betrayed partner. Another one is the strength of the primary relationship. When people have a strong bond, both partners openly talk about their needs and disappointment as they occur in their relationship. They know that outside temptation are always possible, but they are committed to making their relationship stronger if they arises. If a relationship is wavering and the people within it are no longer as bonded as they once were, one or both of the partner may be searching for meaning outside the relationship. If those yearnings are not shared and the relationship goes on unresolved, they are more likely to transform into action. Some relationships feel more okay to one partner than they do to the other. If those feelings are not shared and an affair happened, you see, in relationship, some, not all, one partner may be more comfortable with the relationship while the other may not be. But my question now is why? If you know that you are not too comfortable with how your relationship, how your marriage is going, why don't you talk it out, try to resolve it out with your partner? It is very, very important. Now let's go straight to the point, because we must go get to where we are going to. Some relationships feel more okay to one partner than the other. If these things are not talked over, if these things are not, the unknown partner has had no opportunity to intervene. They feel they are doing everything right, that their love is intact, but no, and that trust will never be broken, but it's a lie. That partner is understandable more demolished when an affair emerge. Double betrayal when the infidelity is with the known party. You see, these things are the things that infidelity lingers with post-trauma stress disorder. Beside the experiences of humiliation and anguish and even more destructive heartbreak, or should I say heartbreak, occur when the third member of the triangle is a close and trusted friend or a family member. When the betrayal partner discovered that two deeply trusted people could collectively collide behind his or her back, is almost how will I now put this, like unformatable. If this case, there are often others who know what is going on, causing even more potential loss of relationship when the affair emerges. Those who have remained silent may then pull away for fear of being seen as compliances. How long the infidelity has been going on is another thing that people must know. An affair that is quickly confessed along with the true remorse and the desire to do whatever is necessary to help the betrayed partner heal has the best chance of success if it never happens again. On the other hand, a partner who finds out that the betrayal has been going on for weeks or months, or even that it is still active, is fundamentally more damaged and find it much harder to heal. For most women, it is not just a passing affair anymore. It is a fully developed relationship of secrecy, passion, and emotional connection, stealing love and commitment from the existing partner. For most men, it is the sabotage of being how will I explain this? Of being cuckolded by another male who has taken his woman from under his eyes and sold him out as a brother. You see how a betrayal means to man and woman? Or you don't understand? To women, most women, they think that it is not just a passing affair anymore the moment you betray. Whether you just go once and the woman find out, or it's just like you've been dating the person. Now, this is what most women think. It is not just a passing affair anymore. It is fully developed relationship of secrecy, passion, and emotional connection, stealing love and commitment from the existing relationship. Then for most men, how they think when these things happen, especially when the relationship has stayed for long? It is a sabotage of being cuckolded by another male who has taken his women from under his eyes and sold him out as a brother. Because most of these things happen is someone who is even close to you that your partner may be cheating with. The person outside of the primary relationship who has been willing to be a co-betrayer often feel that he or she has claimed possession of the infidel. That individual may not be willing to be dismissed and can become a deterrent to relationship potential healing. Given the seriousness of this potential emerging issue and the ways they may combine, it is understandable how much influence they may have in whether or not the relationship can heal, and over that period of time. Over what period of time? How do two people who do not want to lose their relationship navigate the process of broken trust to the possibilities of a reconciliation? How does a betrayer partner ever learn to believe the other again? How does the partner who choose to action this way get past his or her guilt and remorse? What must happen for recovering and recommitment to even be possible? Now, why did I mention this question? Because we are going to discuss how to heal a broken heart, or should I say how partners can help each other to heal from infidelity, to totally heal. Once both partners understand how likely it is that a betrayal partner will evidence the symptoms of PTSD, they realize that the healing process is the same for all trauma. The betrayal partner must simultaneously play the dual role of an ally to his or her partner healings and a seeker of absolution from the very person they have carelessly wounded. The other must survive the trauma and learn to love again. The role of the betrayal partner as an ally is the healing the trauma. Sorry. The role of the betrayal partner as an ally is healing the trauma. Most betrayal partners truly want to heal their relationship but have difficulty not to blaming their older partner. In some, why they choose to stay, gender responses are often different. For instance, more men than women justify that decision by stating that their sexual needs weren't being met, that their partner didn't pay enough attention to them in general, or that they feel exploited in the relationship. More women than men traditionally cite their reason for an affair as lacking emotional connection with their primary partner, or lack of availability in general, or inadequate romantic support. In order to expedite healing, the betrayal partner has to recognize that they must put aside anything they felt that drove them to give in to another affair, until they recognize and feel remorse for the action of betrayal itself. They are legitimately on trial for invalidating the words of their primary relationship, succumbing to a self-serving motivation, and the willingness to risk several wounding the other partner. As now allies in healing the relationship, they must be prepared to encourage and weather whatever frustration, anguish, or relationship their betrayed partner needs to experience. Need to express. They must be willing to stay the game for however reasonable time it may take, to put their own need and underlining grievances aside. Just hold on a bit. Now, after stating how infidelity affects post-trauma stress disorder, what we are going to discuss now is 5 things you must know on how to survive infidelity post trauma stress disorder, because this is the main thing we are discussing today. Have you recently, or not recently, you probably discovered that your partner is having an affair and are looking to understand how surviving infidelity is possible? Even though your partner cheats on you, it is possible to survive the trauma. That is what many people are surprised that infidelity can cause this, but now we are going on the tips on how to survive a post-trauma stress disorder. Don't think there is no way. Don't think that there is no way to survive it, because there is a way. Now we're going to discuss 5 things you must know on how to survive post-trauma self-disorder. The trauma that results from discovering infidelity can also bring up unresolved issue, which we have talked about. It is very important that if you are struggling with a post-trauma stress disorder, you seek professional help. Unresolved trauma can rear its head over and over again. In the meantime, I am going to share with you this. Okay, I've shared with you the 5 signs, or should I mention it? Now, in the meantime, let me share the 5 signs of post-trauma self-disorder and give you some recommendation about how surviving infidelity of post-trauma stress disorder is possible. The first one is self-blame. Self-blame is one sign of post-trauma stress disorder. For many people who suffer from emotional and physical trauma, self-blame is very common and a huge indicator of post-traumatic self-disorder. Do you blame yourself that your partner that your partner strayed? Do you think that if you had only been nicer or funnier or skinnier or had more sex with them, that they wouldn't have cheated on you? I don't think so. Do you chide yourself for being so clueless that you did not see the signs? That you missed the fact that your partner was stepped out on you? Let me tell you, your partner infidelity is not your fault. This is number one. If your partner is cheating on you, it is not your fault. All this question I just asked, don't bother asking yourself about it. These are what I call self-blame. Infidelity happens for many reasons, but it doesn't happen because of things that you did not do. More often than not, infidelity is something that happened, but because someone seek it out. But because two people meet and there is an attraction that proves irresistible between them. Blame is not a double-edged sword, but if anyone must be blamed, it's those who couldn't resist, who prove weak in the face of temptation, and who lied to you over and over again. Not you. When your partner cheats, please, you don't have to blame yourself. Because the moment you blame yourself, you give your partner upper hand. Sorry for that. I know it is hard, but work hard to not to blame yourself, because you are not to blame. That is number one. Sorry for my baby noise. I know it's coming out. I'm so sorry. Number two, unstable emotional and disorientation, which I've also discussed earlier. Now I'm breaking all down. Do you find yourself struggling with a wide range of emotion? Do you find yourself crying 1 minute, ranging another, way to happy and then back to the tears? I beg, no. Do you find yourself sitting in the car looking out the window only to realize that an hour has passed? People who struggle with PTSD struggle with unstable emotion and disorientation. I've mentioned that PTSD means post-trauma stress disorder. I'm calling it will make it so long. The pain that has been caused to them is so extreme that it's rendered their emotion uncontrollable. Because of the power of these emotions, our brain is overwhelmed and disoriented in the result. Time will help with emotions that are out of control. They are strongest right after the pain. After the pain is caused, but they dissipate as time goes on. Oftentimes, without help, they don't go away completely, but they can, at the very last, be damaged. And when managed, sorry, not damaged, and at very last be managed. And when managed, the disorientation will be resolved. For now, have awareness that the wide range of emotion that you are struggling with are completely natural. Chiding yourself for feeling them, for not staying calm, for being angry with life, and at the same so very sad will only make the emotion worse. Accept them as part of the healing process will allow them to help you do that, meaning heal. The other one is intrusive thought. Do you find yourself obsessing over and over with the image of your partner committing infidelity? Do you regularly chide yourself for missing the sign? Do you question yourself worth and wonder if you are worthy of love? Do you spend more time in your head than you do in the now? Living your life. Unfortunately, our powerful brain, the thing that distinguishes us from every other animal in the world, can also be our worst enemy. Our brain loves to run negative taper over and over. Tapes. Over and over. Tapes that serves to reinforce all of the bad thoughts that we have about ourselves, our loved one, and our lives. These negative thoughts don't serve us in any way. It doesn't save us neither in any way, and can actually make healing more difficult. There are ways to deal with these intrusive thoughts. The first is to start having awareness that the thoughts are just that. You understand? It's just that. Intrusive and not necessarily productive. Next, accept that the thoughts are not serving you, but it's not saving you neither, but that they should not be chased away. Let these thoughts float through your head and don't try to analyze them or give them any power. And then let them go. You know, I make mention of building a bridge and getting over it. It is also important to remember that the thought will probably come back and that you will have to practice this awareness over and over again. Ultimately, with time, those intrusive thoughts will dissipate. Another useful tool for reducing the powerful of intrusive thought is by doing something that will occupy your brain. Yoga and meditation are excellent tools for managing intrusive thoughts. But reading, TV, and sleep also work. Whether you can do to give yourself a break from those thoughts, whatever you know you can do at this moment to give yourself a break can help. Even for a little while will help you manage them and reduce their effect on you. Now, the fourth one is trust issue. Many people who are trying to understand surviving infidelity post trauma stress disorder, find that they have developed significant trust issue. When the person who we love the most, on whom we have put all our hopes and dreams, who we trust more than anyone else, betrayed us, then our place in the world is profoundly affected. Instead of believing in the best in people, we are instead left believing that people are ultimately evil, and that trusting ourselves and our emotion to anyone will only cause us pain. It is important when your partner has been unfaithful that you spend as much time as possible with those who love you and those you can trust. One person has betrayed your trust, not everyone. So even when whom you trust most betray you, it is not compulsory that you must forget about trust. And being reminded of that regularly will help you restore your faith in people. With time and help, you will learn that trusting people is possible, and even that person who betray your trust might be worthy of trust again. 5. EPlessness. Are you struggling with the belief that nothing will ever be the same again? That people will be forever out of reach? That you will never love again? That life cannot possibly go on just because of infidelity? It is important that you understand the nature of helplessness around post-trauma stress disorder. A key part of post-trauma stress disorder is depression. When we are depressed, the belief that anything will ever be okay again is inconceivable. Yes, when we are going through stress, when we are facing problem challenges, it is very difficult for us to believe that things will be okay again, but definitely it will. But let me promise you that with time and treatment, the feelings of depression and hopelessness will fade. Life does go on. You will love again, and then happiness will once again be yours. It's assured. But but again, spending time with people who love you is an excellent way to manage the hopelessness situation. You might not believe them in the moment, but having people remind you that you will get through this and that life will go on is sorry. You might not believe them in the moment, but having people remind you that you will get through this and that life will go on is an essential part of healing process. So it is important when this happens, don't feel hopelessness. Stay around those that you know that love you, because they will constantly remind you that there is still hope, that hope never lost, that definitely you will survive and you will live again. These are the things, this is the reason why it's important that you will stay around those that love you, even though you don't trust them. With time, you will. It's compulsory. Surviving infidelity post-trauma stress disorder is not only possible, but probably with time, treatment, and awareness. Again, getting professional treatment for your post-trauma stress disorder is essential. Talk to your primary care physician right away, and they can help you assess the treatment that you need if you know that you cannot overcome it by seeking help, as in by naturally regaining it, by trying to take away the memory and look for a good memory in your life. Because when you are passing through stress, especially when infidelity causes you pain, the best thing you can do is try to memorize the positive things that have happened to you, especially in that relationship. That particular person who betrayed you, try to think about the good times you both have spent together, the positive times you both have spent together, the positive things he has done. Never, you don't only think about the negative part, because the more you are thinking about the negative part, the more you are damaging your heart. Your heart is being hurt more. But the moment you will start acknowledging those good things he has done, those positive part, those sweet memory, I believe the healing process will go very fast. Having awareness of your post trauma stress disorder symptoms, the self-blame, the uncontrollable emotion, the intrusive thoughts, the trust issue, and the hopelessness will help you manage them. Understanding and accepting that they are a natural occurrence in the face of infidelity will help you process them and help you heal more faster. So now that we have discussed how infidelity causes post-trauma stress disorder, and we've also discussed how will I say it, the 5 ways. We have discussed how infidelity causes post-trauma stress disorder, and we have also discussed how 5 things you must know about surviving infidelity post-trauma stress disorder. Now, probably next video, we're going to talk about how you can heal, what can help you heal, what if you are the cheater and who they cheat on, how you people can come together to make the healing from this trauma, or healing from infidelity, or healing from a broken heart go very faster. Those are the things we are going to discuss next. So if you have any question about this topic we've treated today, you are free to drop your comments, or you can ask me question on the email I will drop below, or you can drop your comment and I can respond to you, let me say, in within 24 hours. Nothing more than 24 hours. It can be less than, it can be 24 hours, but nothing more than 24 hours. And if you are facing this kind of challenge and you want to know more, or you're already in the problem already, you want to know how to heal from a broken heart, just contact me and we can discuss that, or you can wait for the video. But however you feel, anything you know that you don't understand, just drop your comment and we can discuss about it in no time. So I want to say thank you very much for being a great fan, thank you for watching, and may God bless you for being a great subscriber and a great followers. And so never mind, because my network and my camera can be so frustrating, but with time everything will be in order. So I want to say thank you very much. If you are new, please don't forget to subscribe. It's very important. And if you've been here, thank you very much for following me, and please ask a friend to subscribe, to make it like 10 friends that subscribe from your side. And please don't forget to share my video and share it to friends, because even if you are not facing the challenge, your friends might be facing the challenge, or whom you may share it, and someone who need the help can see it immediately and may have his solution from there. So I want to thank you very much for watching, and please thank you for sharing, thank you for your comments, your message, your private messages. I want to say very big thank you. So for now, we call it a day, and in our next video we'll discuss more on this topic. Thank you.